Introduction. Welcome to this episode where we dive into the one thing that separates those who achieve greatness from those who fall short: the unbreakable mindset. Let's face it, most people live and die in mediocrity. They talk about what they could have done, about the dreams they almost chased, and why life wasn't fair. But the truth? It's not bad luck, it's not a lack of talent, and it's certainly not because the world is against them. The real reason most people fail is that they are too soft. They crack under pressure. They avoid pain instead of embracing it. They scroll through social media, watching others live their best lives instead of fighting for their own. But here's the thing. That doesn't have to be your story. That doesn't have to be you. You want more. You want to be unstoppable. You want to stand in front of the mirror and see someone who refuses to quit, someone who gets back up every single time. You want to look at yourself and know that motivation isn't the reason you succeed. Discipline is what runs through your veins. And guess what? That version of you already exists. It's just buried under fear, hesitation, and self-doubt. But by the end of this episode, we are going to unleash that unstoppable version of you. Are you ready to kill the weak version of yourself? Are you ready to become someone who wins no matter what, regardless of how difficult the road may seem? If the answer is yes, then buckle up, because we're about to rewrite your mindset from the inside out. The rules we're going to talk about today are not just about what you do, they're about who you become. So get ready, the journey to becoming unstoppable starts now. Section 1, the war against yourself. Let's talk about the war against yourself, the silent battle you're fighting every day. It's a war that no one tells you about. It's not fought on the battlefield or in the workplace. It's fought in your mind, and it's the most dangerous kind of war because it's a battle you can't escape unless you take action. Think about this for a moment. You wake up and the first thing you do is check your phone. Instantly, you are hit with a flood of reminders of everything you are not. Someone on Instagram is flexing their new car. Another friend just landed their dream job, and there you are, stuck comparing yourself to them. And suddenly your own life feels painfully average. That little voice in your head starts whispering, you're behind, you're not enough, you're not doing enough. And this right here is where the war begins. This is the war that most people lose before they even step into the ring. They let self-doubt, procrastination, and fear dictate their every move. They wake up every day fighting against themselves, not realizing that they are the very ones sabotaging their own progress. Every time you choose comfort over growth, you are handing over another piece of your potential. It's like trying to run a marathon while tying your own shoelaces together. No one is stopping you from crossing that finish line except for yourself. This battle is quiet. It doesn't scream at you. Instead, it sneaks into your daily life in those moments when you choose to hit snooze on your alarm instead of getting up early to chase your goals. It creeps in when you scroll aimlessly on your phone instead of putting in the work that will get you closer to your dreams. It shows up every time you tell yourself, I'll start tomorrow, only to realize tomorrow never comes. The harsh reality is that no one is coming to save you. No one is going to drag you out of bed and force you to become the person you're meant to be. It's on you, and that is the cold, hard truth that you need to accept. You are the only one who can win this war. And yet most people mess up here. They think that discipline is about forcing themselves to do things they hate, that it's about pushing through the pain and discomfort no matter what. But true discipline? It's about learning to love the process. When you understand that pain and discomfort aren't roadblocks but stepping stones, that's when the game changes. Every hour spent grinding, every rejection, every failure, they are all sharpening you, but only if you let them. Imagine this. Two versions of you exist. One is stuck in the same place, making the same excuses, choosing the easy path over and over again. The other is unstoppable, fearless, and relentless. And the only difference between them? The choices you make every single day. So, which version are you becoming? You may be sitting there telling yourself that you are ready to take the next step. You may be thinking, I want to be unstoppable, but here's the question that matters. Are you ready to go all in? Are you ready to stop making excuses and face the discomfort head on? Are you ready to stop letting the fear and doubts inside your mind dictate your life because this war against yourself? It's the only battle that truly matters. If you win this battle, if you take control of your thoughts, if you start making the right choices day after day, then nothing in life will stand in your way. The truth is, the strongest, most successful people aren't the ones who don't feel fear. They are the ones who feel it and still move forward. They are the ones who choose discomfort over ease. They are the ones who train their minds to be unbreakable. You can be that person, but it starts by winning the war against yourself, and it starts now. Ask yourself, how many more days will you let this battle continue? How many more days are you willing to stay in the same place, making the same excuses? The sooner you realize that the war isn't out there, it's inside you, the sooner you can start to win it. Because this war, this silent battle of self-doubt, fear, and hesitation is the one thing standing between you and the life you want. And the victory, it's in your hands. You don't need to wait for anyone to tell you that you're ready. You need to wake up, fight for your own future, and make the choice to be unstoppable. That's how you win this war. That's how you change your life forever. So now the real question is, will you fight or will you let the war continue? Section 2, fear is a liar. Fear is the most convincing liar you will ever meet. It whispers in your ear, telling you that you are not ready, that you will fail, that people will judge you. And the worst part is that you believe it. Fear convinces you that you are weak, that your dreams are unattainable, and that you are better off playing it safe. But here's the hard truth. Fear is not here to protect you. Fear is here to keep you small. It thrives on your hesitation, on your doubts, and it lives off the belief that you are not capable of achieving greatness. Think about the last time you felt scared. Maybe it was to ask for something you really wanted, or perhaps it was making a big life decision. Maybe you hesitated to speak up in a meeting or to start something new. The moment you felt that fear, your mind started spiraling. You imagined the worst-case scenario, the rejection, the failure, the disappointment. But what if for once you asked yourself this? What if it actually works out? What if the thing you are afraid of is the very thing that leads to your success? What if your fear is simply a sign that you are on the edge of something great, something transformative? What if fear, instead of being your enemy, is actually a signal that you are doing something important, something that matters? This is the secret that many successful people understand. Fear doesn't disappear. It doesn't go away just because you take action. In fact, it often shows up right before the breakthrough moment. Fear is always there, sitting in the background, ready to stop you from moving forward. But the difference between those who succeed and those who stay stuck is that the successful ones move forward despite their fear. The best athletes, the most successful entrepreneurs, the top performers in every field, they all feel fear. But they don't let it stop them. They move through it. They take action even when their heart is racing, even when their palms are sweating and their stomach is in knots. They know that this feeling is not a sign to stop. It's a sign that they are on the right track. Let me ask you something. When was the last time you felt fear but then decided to move forward anyway? Maybe it was that time you applied for a job that seemed out of your league. Maybe it was when you asked someone out even though you were terrified of rejection. Maybe it was when you decided to start a business even though you didn't know exactly how it would turn out. I guarantee that once you took that step, once you pushed past the fear, you realized something powerful. The fear didn't stop you. It was just noise, just a temporary obstacle that you were able to overcome. Now think about all the times you let fear hold you back. All the opportunities you missed because you listened to that voice telling you you weren't good enough. Think about the dreams that slipped through your fingers because you were too afraid to take the leap. And ask yourself, what could your life look like if you stopped listening to fear? Fear doesn't care about your dreams, only cares about keeping you stuck, about making you stay in your comfort zone where nothing changes. It's easy to listen to fear. It's easy to let it stop you before you even begin. But what if you didn't listen? What if you could train yourself to move forward, even when fear is screaming at you to stop? One thing you need to understand is that fear and excitement feel the same in your body. Think about it. When you're about to do something nerve-wracking, something that pushes you out of your comfort zone, your heart starts racing, your palms get sweaty, and your stomach flips. So that's not fear, that's energy. That's your body preparing for something big. So instead of running away from it, what if you leaned into it? What if you embraced that feeling and used it as a signal that you're on the right track? The truth is, the only difference between fear and excitement is the story you tell yourself. If you tell yourself that what you're feeling is fear, your mind will start to associate it with danger, with failure, with something to avoid. But if you reframe it, if you tell yourself that this feeling is excitement, then you can harness it. You can use it to propel yourself forward instead of letting it stop you. So, when fear creeps in, and it will, ask yourself, what if it works out? What if this is the moment that changes everything? Instead of imagining the worst-case scenario, imagine the best-case scenario. Picture yourself succeeding, picture yourself taking that leap and landing on your feet. Visualize what your life would look like if you made the decision to push through your fear. Now, I know that fear can feel overwhelming at times. I know that it can feel like it's controlling you, like it's keeping you from living the life you want. But here's the thing. Fear doesn't have to control you. It doesn't have to dictate your actions. You can choose to act despite it. You can choose to move forward, even when you feel like retreating. The more you push through fear, the easier it gets. The more you step outside of your comfort zone, the more familiar that feeling becomes, and eventually fear won't hold the same power over you. It won't be the thing that stops you from going after your dreams. It will just be a signal that you're on the right path, that you're growing, and that you're doing something that matters. So, the next time fear shows up, don't run from it. Don't let it stop you. Instead, lean into it. Use it as fuel to keep going, to keep moving forward. And remember, fear is a liar. It's not here to protect you. It's here to keep you small. The only way to defeat it is to take action, to keep moving forward, and to embrace the discomfort of growth. The real question is, how long are you going to let fear control your life? How much longer will you let it stop you from becoming the person you were meant to be? The choice is yours. You have the power to push past fear, to make decisions that align with your dreams, and to live a life that is free of limitations. Are you ready to stop letting fear lie to you? Because once you do, there's nothing that can stop you. Section 3. Burn the Plan B. Imagine this. You are standing at the edge of a cliff, looking out over the unknown. There is a path ahead, but it is steep and filled with obstacles. You know that this journey will demand everything from you, your energy, your focus, your time, but you also know that if you take the leap, if you commit fully, there is a chance to reach something incredible. Now here's the question. Would you take that leap if you knew you had a safety net? Would you leap if you knew you could always turn back? Most people would hesitate. They would think, what if I fall? What if I fail? The truth is, the presence of a backup plan is what keeps most people stuck. It's what prevents them from going all in, from committing fully to the journey. This is the danger of Plan B. It gives you an escape. It gives you an excuse to back out when things get tough. Now let's be clear. I'm not saying that planning is bad. I'm not suggesting that you throw all caution to the wind and ignore the need for strategy. What I am saying is this. Having a backup plan often leads to a half-hearted effort. When you know you can always fall back on something, you never truly commit. You hold yourself back and you keep one foot in, one foot out. Think about the most successful people you know. The entrepreneurs, the athletes, the ones who seem unstoppable. Do you think they had a backup plan? Do you think they were looking for an easy way out? Number. They went all in. They didn't leave room for failure. They didn't entertain the thought of quitting. They burned their Plan B. This is the key to becoming unstoppable. Commit fully. Burn the plan that lets you escape. When you do this, you will find that your mind has no choice but to figure out a way forward. If you are on a boat in the middle of the ocean and there's no escape route, Your only option is to swim. You swim like your life depends on it, because it does. You put everything you have into making it to the shore because you don't have any other choice. This is the mentality that drives those who achieve greatness. They don't have a plan B. They make failure not an option. They don't stop when things get difficult. Instead, they adapt, they learn, they pivot, and they push forward. They burn the boat and they swim. The thing that stops most people is their attachment to safety. They want to hedge their bets. They want to keep their options open just in case. But here's the hard truth. That safety net is the very thing that's holding you back. The moment you create an escape route, you give yourself permission to quit. The moment you allow yourself to think, if this doesn't work, I'll try something else, you are giving yourself an out. And that out, that escape, will always be there when you need it. But the great ones, they don't need an out. They don't even think about quitting. The real challenge comes when things get hard. The road is not going to be smooth. There will be setbacks, failures, and moments where you wonder if you're on the right path. But this is where burning plan B becomes crucial. When you don't have a backup plan, when you are fully committed, you will find a way to make it work. You'll adapt, you'll learn, you'll push through the pain and the challenges because you have no other option. Think about it. How many people give up right before the breakthrough? How many quit just before the moment that would have made all the difference? They stop because they still have that safety net. They still have that plan B in the back of their minds. But the moment you eliminate that option, the moment you say, there is no going back, everything changes. Your focus sharpens, your determination strengthens, and you start moving forward with a purpose that you never had before. But burning plan B isn't just about being reckless. It's about making a decision to commit no matter the odds. It's about putting everything you have into one thing, one path, and refusing to be distracted by other options. It's about focusing on your one true goal and knowing that there's no other choice but to succeed. It's easy to tell yourself that you'll give 100% once you see results. It's easy to think, once I know this is going to work, then I'll put in the effort. But the truth is, you have to give 100% before you see anything. You have to act with confidence before you know how things will turn out. That's the secret to success. The great ones understand this. They don't wait for the perfect moment. They don't wait for the stars to align. They make it happen. And here's the catch. The difference between those who succeed and those who don't isn't talent. It's the ability to keep going when everything inside of you is screaming to stop. It's the ability to push through the doubts, the fears, and the exhaustion. The moment you burn plan B, you take the first step toward that kind of resilience. You become unstoppable because you have no choice but to make it work. This is not just about physical effort or hard work. It's about mindset. It's about deciding that you will not quit no matter what. It's about committing yourself fully, without hesitation, without looking back. The most successful people are the ones who stay in the game the longest. They outlast the competition because they refuse to quit, and they do this by burning plan B. Now think about your own life. What are you still holding on to? What's your plan B? And more importantly, how long are you going to keep it around? If you want to achieve greatness, if you want to become unstoppable, then it's time to let go of that backup plan. It's time to go all in. No more hesitation, no more excuses. Just one path forward. If you commit fully to your dream, if you eliminate all the options of retreat, you will see things differently. You will find a way to make it work, no matter the obstacles in your path. This is the mindset of the greats. This is the mindset of those who win. And it can be your mindset too. So ask yourself, are you ready to burn your plan B? Are you ready to commit to your dreams with everything you have? Because once you do, once you fully commit, there's nothing that can stop you. Nothing. And that's the difference between those who succeed and those who live their lives wondering, what if? Burn the plan B, commit fully, and watch as you become unstoppable. Section 4. Pain is the path. Pain is the path. These words may seem harsh, even contradictory, in a world where comfort and ease are often idolized. But if we take a closer look, if we step away from the comforting illusions we have built for ourselves, we'll find that pain is not something to fear or avoid. It's a signpost, a marker that points us towards greatness. Every breakthrough, every victory, every ounce of progress we make comes at a cost, and that cost is often pain. The truth is, pain is not the enemy. Pain is the pathway. It is the raw material from which resilience is forged. Think of the strongest, most successful people you know, the ones who seem to possess an unshakable resolve, the ones who can weather any storm. What do they all have in common? They have been through the fire. They have faced challenges, suffered setbacks, and endured hardship. They have learned to embrace the discomfort that comes with growth, and in doing so, they have transformed themselves into people who cannot be broken. Let's think about the process of physical training for a moment. Whether you're lifting weights, running long distances, or training for a marathon, the most significant gains come when you push your body past its limits. When you feel the burn, when your muscles scream in exhaustion, that's when the magic happens. It's not when it's easy, not when everything feels effortless. It's when it's tough, when you feel like you can't go on any longer, that you are reshaping your body, your mind, and your spirit. This is the lesson we need to learn in life. The more we push through the pain, the more we grow. The more we refuse to give in to discomfort, the stronger we become. You don't become resilient by staying in your comfort zone, by avoiding what scares you. You become resilient by leaning into discomfort, by stepping into the unknown, and by doing the hard things even when they feel impossible. Pain, then, is the great equalizer. It does not discriminate. It does not care who you are, where you come from, or what your background is. If you are willing to put in the work, to endure the suffering, to rise up when every part of you wants to quit, you will be rewarded. The question is, are you willing to endure it? This doesn't mean that you seek out pain for the sake of pain. It's not about being masochistic or inflicting harm upon yourself. What it means is this: you must welcome the challenges that come your way. You must embrace the discomfort, knowing that it is a necessary part of the journey. When you face obstacles, don't shrink from them. Don't look for the easy way out. Instead, step forward and face them head-on, knowing that with each challenge, you are sharpening yourself, becoming more capable, more unbreakable. Consider the path of entrepreneurship. Many entrepreneurs, before they achieve success, face failure after failure. They encounter setbacks, financial hardship, rejection, and disappointment. But what sets the successful ones apart is their ability to persist through these painful moments. They don't quit when it gets hard. They don't throw in the towel when their dreams seem out of reach. Instead, they take each failure as a lesson, each setback as an opportunity to improve. They push forward, using the pain as fuel to keep going. Or think about the journey of an artist. The artist must endure countless moments of doubt, rejection, and frustration. They must face the fear of creating something that no one will appreciate, of putting their soul on display and wondering whether it will be accepted or criticized. The path is not easy, but those who are willing to endure the pain of criticism, the pain of uncertainty, and the pain of failure are the ones who eventually reach greatness. Their persistence in the face of adversity, their ability to withstand the discomfort of the creative process, is what makes them exceptional. Pain is also the price of mastery. In any field, mastery is achieved through practice, repetition, and yes, suffering. The greats in any industry, be it sports, business, or the arts, have spent hours, days, and years perfecting their craft. They have endured long hours of practice, repetition, and failure, knowing that the pain they are experiencing is temporary, but the rewards are long-lasting. The athlete who trains tirelessly for a gold medal, the musician who practices for hours every day, the entrepreneur who sacrifices sleep and time with loved ones to build a successful business, all of them are paying the price of greatness. What most people fail to realize is that pain is not a sign that something is going wrong. It's a sign that something is going right. It's proof that you are stretching yourself, that you are growing beyond your limits. Every time you feel discomfort, you are being shaped. Every time you feel resistance, you are being hardened, preparing yourself for what lies ahead. The discomfort you feel today is the strength you will carry tomorrow. This is why so many people give up too soon. They feel the first signs of discomfort and they quit. They feel the pain and they retreat, thinking that the pain means they're on the wrong path. But the truth is, pain is the test. It's the test that separates those who are truly committed from those who are not. It's the test that determines whether you will reach your goals or whether you will fall by the wayside. And if you're willing to endure the pain, to keep pushing even when it hurts, you will come out the other side stronger, wiser, and closer to your ultimate success. There's a beautiful analogy to be made with the process of forging steel. When steel is heated in a furnace, it becomes soft, malleable. It is then hammered and beaten, repeatedly subjected to intense pressure and heat. Through this process, it becomes stronger, sharper, and more durable. Without the beating, without the pressure, the steel remains a weak, unshaped material. The same is true for us. Without pain, without the pressure, we remain weak, unshaped, and untested. So, when you encounter pain in your life, don't run from it. Don't avoid it. Don't try to numb it. Instead, embrace it. Understand that it is part of the process. Pain is a sign that you are growing, that you are becoming something better. And if you are willing to endure it, to push through it, to use it as fuel, you will emerge stronger than you could ever imagine. The key to mastering pain is learning how to manage it, not avoid it. Pain will come. There is no way around it. But how you handle it, how you respond to it, determines your success. So when life gets hard, when the road gets tough, remember, this is not the end. This is the beginning. This is where the real growth happens. The only way to become unstoppable is to embrace the pain, to accept it as part of your journey, and to use it to propel you forward. Now, I want you to think about something. When you look back on your life, what will you see? Will you see someone who avoided pain, who sought comfort and ease at every turn? Or will you see someone who leaned into the pain, who used it to fuel their growth, who emerged stronger, wiser, and more resilient because of it? The choice is yours. You have the power to decide. The path to greatness is paved with pain, and it's up to you whether you'll walk it, whether you'll embrace the discomfort, and whether you'll emerge on the other side victorious. So let's commit right now to not running from the pain, but running toward it. Let's commit to using pain as the fuel for our journey, as the stepping stones that will carry us toward our dreams. Because when you learn to master pain, you learn to master life. And when you master life, there is nothing that can stop you. Pain is the path, and it's the only path to greatness. Section 5. Stop negotiating with yourself. Have you ever noticed that deep down, there's a constant voice inside your head trying to talk you out of doing the things that truly matter? It's there when your alarm goes off in the morning, telling you that you deserve more sleep. It's there when you're faced with a tough decision, urging you to take the easy road instead of the one that will help you grow. And it's there when you're pushing yourself to work towards your goals, whispering, "You can stop now, it's not that important, you can always try again tomorrow." This voice, my friend, is your enemy. It's the enemy of your success, your growth, and your dreams. It is the voice of self-doubt, fear, and procrastination. It's the voice that convinces you to negotiate with yourself, to give up when things get hard, to quit before you've even started. The real danger is that we listen to it. We allow that voice to dictate our actions, to dictate our lives. But here's the truth. The moment you stop negotiating with yourself is the moment you unlock your full potential. Think about it for a second. Every time you say, "I'll start tomorrow," or "I'm not in the mood today," you're negotiating with yourself. You're making deals with your own success, with your own happiness, and you're allowing yourself to back out. Imagine how many times you've done this, how many opportunities you've missed, how many goals you haven't achieved simply because you gave in to that voice. The first step to ending this cycle is to realize that you don't need motivation. Motivation is a fleeting feeling, a temporary burst of energy that may or may not show up when you need it the most. Instead, you need discipline. Discipline is what keeps you moving when motivation isn't there, when the voice in your head is telling you to stop. It's about doing what needs to be done, no matter how you feel, no matter how tired you are, and no matter how tempting it is to give up. When you negotiate with yourself, you give up control. You let your emotions dictate your actions. But successful people don't do this. They don't wait for the perfect moment or the right feeling. They don't let their moods or doubts interfere with their commitment to their goals. They get up and they do the work. It's not about feeling like it. It's about deciding to do it regardless of how you feel. Let's take a moment to think about a simple example. Picture this. You're in bed, the alarm clock rings, and your first thought is to hit snooze. Your mind tells you, just 5 more minutes and I'll be fine. The voice starts negotiating. You deserve rest. You can work harder tomorrow. But here's the thing. Those 5 minutes you give yourself to sleep aren't going to make you feel more rested or more productive. They're just another excuse, another moment where you give in and choose comfort over progress. Now imagine you get up instead. You silence the voice. You decide that you're not going to negotiate anymore. You choose to get up, even when it's hard. You choose to push through the initial discomfort because you know that on the other side, you'll be better for it. You know that those few minutes of discomfort are a small price to pay for the results you want. This decision to stop negotiating with yourself is powerful. It's not just about getting up earlier or working harder. It's about reclaiming your power and taking responsibility for your actions. It's about saying, I will not let fear, self-doubt, or laziness control me. I will take action no matter what. Let's be honest. Life is hard. It's full of challenges, obstacles, and moments where it feels easier to just give up. But those who succeed aren't the ones who have it easy. They're the ones who push through the hardest moments, who keep going when they don't feel like it, and who refuse to quit when everyone else is ready to walk away. These are the people who understand that success is not about feeling good all the time. It's about doing what needs to be done, even when it feels uncomfortable. The key to breaking free from this cycle of self-negotiation is to change your mindset. You need to stop seeing obstacles as reasons to quit and start seeing them as opportunities to grow. Every challenge you face, every hard decision you make is a chance to become stronger. It's a chance to prove to yourself that you are capable of more, that you are not defined by your doubts or your fears. When you stop negotiating with yourself, you start building the habits that will lead you to success. You start taking action, not based on how you feel, but based on what you know you need to do. And over time, you will see results. You will see that those small, consistent actions add up to big changes. You will become unstoppable because you stopped negotiating, stopped making excuses, and decided to take control of your life. The real power is in consistency. It's in showing up every day, no matter how you feel. It's in doing the hard things even when they seem impossible. It's in refusing to let your doubts dictate your actions and instead choosing to move forward one step at a time. Think of it like this. Every time you negotiate with yourself, you weaken your resolve. You teach yourself that it's okay to back down, to let go of your dreams. But every time you refuse to negotiate, you strengthen your discipline. You show yourself that you can do hard things, that you can push through when it feels impossible. And this is how you build momentum. This is how you create success. So ask yourself, how much longer are you going to let that voice in your head control you? How much longer are you going to let fear, doubt, and hesitation stop you from reaching your full potential? The time to stop negotiating with yourself is now, today, because the truth is, every day that you continue to give in to that voice is another day you are holding yourself back. The moment you decide to stop negotiating, to stop making excuses, and to start acting is the moment your life begins to change. It's the moment you become unstoppable, and that is the power you hold. You can choose to let go of the doubt and hesitation, or you can choose to break free and build the life you've always wanted. The choice is yours. The power is in your hands. And it starts with one simple decision. Stop negotiating with yourself and start taking action. Section 6. The power of obsession. Obsession. It's a word that often gets a bad rap. People associate it with unhealthy behavior, with losing yourself in a single pursuit to the point of destruction. But let me ask you this. Have you ever met someone who truly achieved greatness? Someone who rose above the rest? someone who dominated their field, and someone who made the impossible seem possible. Do you think they were just lucky, or do you think they had something in common? The answer is obsession. Now, I'm not talking about the kind of obsession that isolates you from the world, that drives you to the point of self-destruction. No, the kind of obsession I'm talking about is the one that drives you to put everything on the line for the life you want. It's the kind of obsession that burns in your heart and pushes you forward, even when others are giving up, when they tell you to slow down, when they tell you to take it easy. The people who are truly unstoppable, the ones who create empires, break records, and change the world, they aren't the most talented, they're not the most gifted. They are the ones who are obsessed. They have a vision, a goal, something that consumes them so completely that they are willing to sacrifice everything else in order to achieve it. Obsession isn't about casual interest. It's about waking up every single day with a fire in your belly, a relentless drive to get closer to your goal. It's not just a passing thought or a hobby. It's the single focus that fuels every action you take, every decision you make. Obsession is the secret that sets the great apart from the good. Think about it. How many of us go through life with half-hearted effort, hoping that success will come to us if we just show up? How many people settle for mediocrity, letting distractions pull them away from their goals? When things get hard, they slow down, they retreat. But those who are obsessed, they don't quit when it gets hard. They push harder, they dive in deeper, they are relentless. Take a look at the athletes who dominate their sport. Look at the musicians who master their craft. They don't casually stroll through life. They train for hours. They sacrifice their time, their relationships, their comfort, because they are obsessed with being the best. The late nights, the sacrifices, the failures, they all become part of the process. Every moment of discomfort becomes fuel for their obsession. Elon Musk, for example, the mind behind SpaceX and Tesla, didn't become successful by following the crowd or taking the easy road. He worked relentlessly. He sacrificed time, money, relationships, all in the name of making his vision a reality. He was obsessed, and it wasn't just about money or fame for him. It was about changing the world, about creating something that would last far beyond his lifetime. He was willing to push past every obstacle, to work when others were resting, and to keep moving forward when everyone else said it couldn't be done. But what about you? What is it that you want in life? Well, what is it that keeps you up at night, that fills you with excitement and purpose? Do you want to be successful? Do you want to achieve greatness? Then you need obsession. You need that single-minded focus that doesn't allow you to settle for less, that doesn't let you take shortcuts or give up when things get tough. Let me ask you, what are you willing to sacrifice? Obsession means prioritizing your goals above everything else. It means being willing to say no to distractions, to the people who don't support you, to the comfort that keeps you stagnant. It means putting in the time when others are sleeping, practicing when others are resting, learning when others are wasting time. It means going all in without hesitation or second guessing. Here's the hard truth. If you're not obsessed with your dreams, you're letting someone else's obsession take center stage. There are people out there who want it more than you, who are willing to work harder, sacrifice more, and push through when the road gets rough. You have to ask yourself, are you willing to let them take the life you could have had? Are you willing to be average when you have the potential for greatness? Obsession isn't about working non-stop without purpose. It's about having a vision, a goal, and pouring everything you have into it. It's about waking up every day with that same drive, that same hunger, knowing that you are one step closer to your goal. It's the kind of focus that makes other people question how you do it, how you stay so committed, how you never stop. But here's the thing, obsession isn't easy. It's not for the faint of heart. It requires discipline, sacrifice, and a relentless commitment to your craft. It means being willing to push through when the world tells you to slow down. It means embracing the hard work, the pain, and the discomfort because you know that on the other side of it is the life you've always wanted. So here's the question, how badly do you want it? If you're willing to put everything on the line, if you're ready to dive deep into your passion, your purpose, then embrace obsession. Let it become your driving force. Let it fuel every decision you make, every action you take, and when the going gets tough, when fear creeps in, when people doubt you, let your obsession remind you why you started. Let it push you to keep going when everything else tells you to stop. Because the truth is, you have a choice. You can either be obsessed with your success or be distracted by the noise. You can either go all in or hold back. But if you want to be unstoppable, you need to be obsessed. It's the difference between staying average and achieving greatness. So choose obsession. Choose to go all in, to push through, and to never look back. The time is now, and if you're ready to become unstoppable, it starts with obsession. Let me ask you, what are you willing to sacrifice? Obsession means prioritizing your goals above everything else. It means being willing to say no to distractions, to the people who don't support you, to the comfort that keeps you stagnant. It means putting in the time when others are sleeping, practicing when others are resting, learning when others are wasting time. It means going all in without hesitation or second guessing. Here's the hard truth. If you're not obsessed with your dreams, you're letting someone else's obsession take center stage. There are people out there who want it more than you, who are willing to work harder, sacrifice more, and push through when the road gets rough. You have to ask yourself, are you willing to let them take the life you could have had? Are you willing to be average when you have the potential for greatness? Obsession isn't about working non-stop without purpose. It's about having a vision, a goal, and pouring everything you have into it. It's about waking up every day with that same drive, that same hunger, knowing that you are one step closer to your goal. It's the kind of focus that makes other people question how you do it, how you stay so committed, how you never stop. But here's the thing, obsession isn't easy. It's not for the faint of heart. It requires discipline, sacrifice, and a relentless commitment to your craft. It means being willing to push through when the world tells you to slow down. It means embracing the hard work, the pain, and the discomfort, because you know that on the other side of it is the life you've always wanted. So here's the question, how badly do you want it? If you're willing to put everything on the line, if you're ready to dive deep into your passion, your purpose, then embrace obsession. Let it become your driving force. Let it fuel every decision you make, every action you take. And when the going gets tough, when fear creeps in, when people doubt you, let your obsession remind you why you started. Let it push you to keep going when everything else tells you to stop. Because the truth is, you have a choice. You can either be obsessed with your success or be distracted by the noise. You can either go all in or hold back. But if you want to be unstoppable, you need to be obsessed. It's the difference between staying average and achieving greatness. So choose obsession. Choose to go all in, to push through, and to never look back. The time is now. And if you're ready to become unstoppable, it starts with obsession. Conclusion. The journey to becoming unstoppable isn't just about working harder or wishing for things to change. It's about making the decision to transform your mindset, to break free from the limitations you've placed on yourself, and to embrace the challenges that will mold you into the person you are meant to be. As we've explored together, the key to greatness lies in the relentless pursuit of your goals. It's in the battles you fight against yourself, the times you push through fear, and the moments you commit fully without a backup plan. The power to change your life starts with your mindset. You don't need to be the most talented or the luckiest person in the room. What you need is the ability to endure, to keep moving forward even when the world tells you to quit. We've learned that fear is nothing but a liar whispering to you that you aren't ready, that you will fail, but you now know that the moment you face it, you silence it. Pain? It's the path to strength. Every failure, every setback, it all serves to make you stronger, sharper, and more resilient. And perhaps most importantly, we've discovered that true greatness doesn't come from playing it safe. It comes from being obsessed with your vision, committing everything to that one goal, and burning all escape routes along the way. So, where does this leave you? It leaves you with the power to create your own destiny. The moment you stop negotiating with yourself, stop listening to the voice that tells you to quit, you unlock your true potential. No more waiting for the perfect moment. No more doubts. It's time to act. Remember, this journey is not for the faint of heart, but if you're ready to push past the fear, the pain, and the comfort zone, then there is nothing stopping you from becoming the person who wins no matter what. The only thing standing in your way is you. And once you make the decision to show up every day, without excuses, without hesitation, you will see the doors of opportunity swing wide open. Now ask yourself, are you ready to become unstoppable? The choice is yours. The power is in your hands. So take action. Stay focused. Stay hungry. And most of all, never stop fighting for the life you want. The world is waiting for you to rise. Thank you for being part of this journey. Now, go out there and show the world what it means to be unstoppable.